Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. The creme de la creme of Delhi converged to witness the launch of an automotive icon, the latest release of Jaguar's dynamic premium business sedan, the all-new XF. The capital was witness to an evening of style and substance. The launch show was hosted by the inimitable Boman Irani, who set the tone for the evening with his unique brand of humor.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to each and every one of you. And with great pride and excitement, I'd like to welcome you all to the launch of the latest member of the Jaguar family, the new Jaguar XF. The all-new Jaguar XF isn't everything you'd possibly expect. It's much more, and that's why tonight it isn't about having an obvious run-of-the-mill song and dance sequence, which then is followed by the grand unveil of the car, yada yada. No. This is not business as usual. Yeah. The all-new Jaguar XF breaks away from the clutter of the common and stands a class apart. It's only fair then that the launch of this exceptional car be done slightly in an unconventional way. What do you say? That is why this evening is dedicated to everything that has resisted the herd, outlasted the mundane, and emerged as what we would call cliché-proof. This evening is everything and dedicated to all those cliché-proof individuals who are out there, who have stood their ground and made their mark and proved to be not business as usual. So tonight, we highlight their stories in a manner never before. And to kick things off, I have the privilege and the honor of calling upon a man who's been steering Jaguar Land Rover to greater heights in India. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. ROHIT SURI, President Jaguar Land Rover India.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you, our esteemed and distinguished customers, for continuing to bestow your patronage on these two iconic brands. Now, before I let you enjoy the rest of the evening, believe me, I'm going to be very short in my speech. I just want to share one interesting fact about Jaguar and Land Rover. We have recently achieved a first in class by launching an online portal in the automotive space, which is unique to Jaguar and Land Rover. And therefore now you have the ability to book and pay for a car online.
You now officially tell us how much this sweetheart costs.
49.5 lakhs.
Up next, I'd like to invite on stage a lady whose talents are immeasurable. She's a model, she's an actress. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to the most beautiful SUSHMITA Sen. Whoa.
Thank you, that was fabulous. How I love this gorgeous man in a suit. Thank you so much for that fantastic introduction, sir. What an evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be here this evening and to share the stage with such an elegant, stylish, intelligent, and energetic performer.
Oh, thank you, SUSHMITA. I shouldn't have.
I was talking about the car.
There was no need for that.
Keep doing that.
Let's have this conversation with SUSHMITA to music. Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay, you mean like a slow jam?
You're quick.
Oh,
Very good, yeah. Yeah. Yes,
Fantastic.
yeah,
So let's do this.
Let's do this.
Ooh, nice.
It's great to have you here, Sushmita.
Pleasure, sir.
Well, I've been following your work ever since I was a itsy-witsy little boy. And I've tried to figure this out, that you're still single.
Uh-huh.
Huh, guys? You're still single. What's the story there, man?
Yes, I am unmarried. But that doesn't mean I am not committed.
You're committed?
Uh-huh.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I don't know. What do you think I'm saying?
You're not a wife, but there's someone in your life, yeah?
Uh-huh. That's none of your biz, but of course there is.
Wow, is that true? Will you tell me who?
Of course, mere bhai. Why wouldn't I?
Mere bhai? Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's lucky audience is about to get information, inside information. We're about to find out Sushmita Sen is committed to
my daughters.
Oh, wow. I'm sure the audience tonight would like to know your opinion about certain current affairs, about what's what, who's who,
Would you?
why is why.
Really?
Yeah, so I recommend, what do you think? A mini rapid fire round, yeah?
Shoot,
Let's have
sir.
it then.
Shoot.
Okay. What does Sushmita think of fashion?
Oh, I love fashion. But I love the fashionable more.
Okay, what about smartphones?
They're just toys.
News channels?
Too much noise.
Global warming?
Very real.
North Korea?
Gone south. Oops, forgot. Sarcasm not allowed.
Let's hear it for Sushmita Sen. Come on, ladies
Thank you
and
so
gentlemen.
much, ladies and gentlemen.
Presenting our special segment for the evening, brought to you by CNBC TV 18. And to take this segment forward, we have someone equally cliche-proof. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to call upon the stage one of the finest business anchors on television. Please put your hands together for SHEREEN BHAN. Come on, everybody, let's hear it for SHEREEN.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to present to you three individuals that I truly believe signify and exemplify what we're talking about tonight, business not as usual. We're here to celebrate success stories of people who've really walked their own path, people who've defied the odds, and people who've made their own choices. Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of SHEROES, a digital platform that hopes to connect 1 million women with opportunities in the workforce in the next 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, my great honor to bring to you on this stage SAIREE CHAHAL of SHEROES. My next guest, the co-founder of a company called Urban Clap. It is India's largest marketplace for providing services with over 10 lakh customers, with investors like Ratan Tata and the founders of Snapdeal. Please put your hands together for VARUN, KHAITAN, the co-founder of Urban Clap. And to introduce our next guest this evening, let's put our hands together for NITIN, SALUJA, the co-founder of CHAAYOS, the guys who've decided to revive the concept of chai addas with 28 chai addas around Delhi, Mumbai and the National Capital Region. So, thank you very much for joining us here this evening. I'm going to get them to reveal their deep, dark secrets to us here this evening. Let me start with you, SAIREE. I understand that your decision to start on your own and your decision to turn entrepreneur was over a drink at TGIF.
Absolutely.
So give us that story.
All right. So this is 1999, before .com happened, and that we didn't know the term startups, we didn't know the term VCs, we didn't know any of this. I happened to meet this guy who was an ex-mariner, and he had an idea. He said, I have sailed all my life, but I've been devoid of news from home, and I want to do something about it. And I'm looking for somebody who will do it. And will you do it? I was 21, and I said yes at that very moment. When
You were 21 and you decided to start up.
I decided to do that, and that became my first startup. And everything I know about, building teams and, running operations, building products happened back then. So it was a leap of faith, really. What I traded off in the process was a really good job with really good salary, which was waiting for me back then. I had just finished college, but I decided to do this because it just appealed to me so much. It just spoke to my heart.
Okay, it spoke to your heart. Nitin, let me ask you about your defining moment as far as your startup story is concerned. When you decided to tell your family that, listen, I want to revive the idea and the concept of chai addas, what was the reaction and the response?
My father just refused to talk to me for 9 months. That was his first reaction. He was like, what the hell on earth am I going to tell my friends? Ki mera beta kya karta hai? Mera beta chai bechta hai? So that was his reaction. My wife was ever supportive. Other family members were like, let's see, let's let some time pass and we'll realize whether he's nuts or not. So yeah, that's how the story has gone so far.
Varun, let me ask you about your startup story. What was it that made you want to do Urban Clap in India?
Along with 2 other friends and co-founders, we figured out how there was so much potential in making small individual professionals, of which there are more than 3 crores in this country, make all of them large businessmen. That would make a huge change in the country, making people who are like small, honest practice men of their trade, everybody from a photographer to a yoga teacher to a fitness trainer to a beautician to a plumber, people who are good at their work, why not make them large businessmen? And that's where Urban Clap started.
So, Varun, let me ask you this. Ratan Tata is actually an investor in your company. What was it like pitching to Mr. Tata?
Actually, it did not feel like a pitch at all. We were in his office at the Tata Trust in Bombay, and Mr. Tata, one from like right off the bat, fundamentally believed in what we were doing. I think his initial first words to us were, what you guys are building is what India needs, so great job. And I think the rest of the 2 hours he just spent on one single question: how will you make sure that the guy who comes to my home does not screw it up?
What is the most radical thing that you've done? I know you've broken many norms, SAIREE, but what's the most radical thing that you've done?
Well, I've done many of those, but I'm a first-gen working woman professional in our own family. But I think the most radical thing we've managed to do is to get businesses to talk about women in the workforce in a very serious way in India. There are 30,000 companies on SHEREES today, and that really is a big number, who are small businesses, big businesses, startups, very large corporations, who are applying their thought towards building more gender equity in the workspace.
Okay. Varun, let me ask you, at the end of the day, when people book a service, they book a service on Urban Clap. So in that sense, they expect you to deliver a certain standard and a certain quality of service. So you're responsible for the people who come onto your platform. How do you ensure that consistency of service? What do you do to make sure that the standards stay right on top?
Starting off, we have a very, very strict quality control, I would say quality check process to define who sort of is good enough to be on the Urban Clap platform and perform and offer their services and who is not. To the point where we select only 1 out of every 4 professionals who want to be associated with the
So
platform.
what are the top services that you get called for on Urban Clap?
You know, it might sound funny, but at this point, being able to call a beautician straight to your home for a monthly service of a facial, a threading, a waxing, a manicure, a pedicure, disrupting the whole art of going to a salon and waiting at the salon is like the most popular service at Urban Clap. And again, that's business, not business as usual.
So I'm going to give each of you a final question. And Nitin, let me start by asking you, where do you see CHAAYOS 5 years down the line?
We'll be a global company and we'll be a big part of a lot of people around the world and their daily chai occasions every day.
Well, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I always love the fact that a young startup who's been in business only for a couple of years talks about wanting to build a global company. So more power to you, Nitin. Varun, 5 years down the line, Urban Clap, where do you see it?
5 years from now, we will, like we've touched about 1 million lives right now. We would have touched 100 million lives in terms of being able to create delight in the lives of our customers, offering them high quality service experiences for everything that they need. The next time any of us in India needs a service, we will not think of our auntie and our friend and our neighbor and our guard. We'll just pull out our phone, press a few buttons, and the people will be right at our doorstep.
Very subtly plugged. Well done, Varun. Good job there. SAIREE, 5 years down the line, where do you see
Clearly,
SHEROES?
gender balance is a global problem, and we definitely see ourselves becoming a more global company. 1. Second, we see more women taking charge of their own work and life, and we touch about 1 million women today. We definitely see 10 million women in India, and hopefully 100 million across the world. And we do hope there are some shout-outs about reverse discrimination from men, because women have gotten so far ahead.
More power to you, SAIREE, Varun and Nitin. Thank you very much, and we wish you all the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your stories with us. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause to the 3 disruptors here this evening.
There was to be a final surprise for the evening, a lucky draw like no other.
We are inspired and impressed. And we heard a lot of words like radical, customer experience, first time ever, woman power, things like that. So, what we thought, let us also do our bit in honoring at least one of these guys. We would love to see one of these guys drive this beautiful car.
One of these guys
One of these guys drive a beautiful car.
gets to drive one home.
Gets to drive this car. So what we're going to do is, we're going to have a kind of a lucky draw, right?
Okay.
And one of them will get to drive a Jaguar XF, the all-new Jaguar XF, right? So let's do this. Can we have the... SHEREEN,
Remember, you've known me a long time, SAIREE.
SHEREEN, can you do the honors, please?
Okay. So let me pick one out of this. Should I give it away?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Any guesses who's driving away with the Jaguar today?
Who's more popular?
Nitin, you get to drive the Jaguar.
Oh! Congratulations.
Yes, fancy man.
Everything about Jaguars is actually future-proof, and XF just accentuates the whole thing. It takes it to a different level.
Enjoy the drive, not the destination.
The whole Jaguar experience today was very good.
From the past shows that launches I've attended, it's quite different.
Doing the same thing differently, that to me is one of the highlights of this evening.
This was definitely not business as usual.
Thanks, guys. Good
Thank
time.
you so much.
Have a good night.
focus. Ideate, innovate, enable.